Hey everybody, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're talking about 5 wild, crazy, and some interesting things that have happened here in Northwest Arkansas. So let's talk about that. But before we begin, if you like and share this video with a friend or family, that would make the world a difference. I try to produce as much content as humanly possible about Northwest Arkansas, obviously. So liking and also sharing, make sure that everyone can live, work, and play all in NWA. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. If you are coming down to Northwest Arkansas, definitely let me know because we can meet up for coffee, look at some real estate, both for sale or for rent, and we can get the whole full tour of Northwest Arkansas. So let me know when you're coming down. And if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally a starter pack full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What are the schools like? What are the hospitals like? All the things you'd want to know about Northwest Arkansas, NWA package, right to your home, right to your home. So enter your name below, enter your address below. Where am I shipping this package to? All the cool things Northwest Arkansas. Enter your name and address below. I'll make sure that gets that package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite 4-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below. I'll make sure that I get the package shipped to you right away. All right, so the first cool thing that's happened in Northwest Arkansas is I'm sure you're aware of this, but Walmart exists here, obviously. And Walmart does a lot of experiments in Northwest Arkansas. When I first moved here, there would be many times where I'd see autonomous vehicles driving around. They do a lot of drones. They do a lot of interesting things when it comes to delivery of products. When I first moved here, there was like this machine that would drive up and down the aisleways and like scan products. Yeah, that kind of got scary when you turn the corner and there's like a machine right there. It's really tall. Anyways, they got rid of that. Always experimenting around here. And one of the new experiments they've been doing recently is they opened up a new store 100, which is it's kind of experimental store. They actually redesigned it and redid it so that it's completely automated. Like almost no people work inside this actual brand new Walmart. It's really geared towards like the neighborhood style Walmart. It's still considered a super center, I believe. But they're really trying to do is eliminate like shelving in together. So it's more of a warehouse effect. So basically the end goal for this store is for you to go to the app, click on everything you want, and then they package it up in a fully automated, totally robotic, autonomous store, almost no hands touch it. So that's gonna be kind of the wave of the future for some of the Walmarts they're designing in the future. Again, they always are experimenting here, and this is just another experiment they're trying to do is if you are in town, definitely if you want to try out an autonomous Walmart store altogether, store 100, that's where it's happening at. So it's kind of fun to be part of the whole experience of like, just all new technology here in Northwest Arkansas. And the second cool thing that's happened in Northwest Arkansas is actually going back to the Amazeum. And if you don't know what the Amazeum is, basically it's a playground for kids, but with like a STEM, like science, technology, math education edge to it. And so one of the cool things about Amazeum is they have different sections of the Amazeum. It's really close to Crystal Bridges. It's a massive building. But inside there's different stages that kids can go to and do different, like we'll say, hands-on, very like handy, kinesthetic kind of like things. And one of the things they actually just added there temporarily is called Building Buddies. And this is actually where kids can go and like paint and light and do things and actually build things. The whole thing when it comes to hence Building Buddies. And that's one of the fun things with the Amazeum is that they are always doing different things with inside there, like different stages, different pop-up exhibits, just for the kids to just make variety. And that's a really cool thing around Northwest Arkansas and Amazeum is that the tickets like for the full season tickets are really cheap. So you can get full family passes, drop them off anytime. And it's a lot of fun. And so it's always good to see the variety that a museum is bringing to the whole area. Whoa, before I jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move down to Northwest Arkansas and you're using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. And it sounds exactly what it is. It's literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below, enter your name below, where you're looking to move to Northwest Arkansas. Where do you want to be in here? What kind of square footage? What kind of bedrooms? What kind of bathrooms? What do you want to be around the whole area? Let me know with all the information below. I'll make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email out just kind of talk about all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? When is First Fridays? That's more obvious though. When is First Thursdays? What's going on in downtown Springdale? What's going on in Rogers? What's going on in the amphitheater? There is so much going on all the time. What new businesses are moving here? All the time. That's why I send an email out just kind of talking about all those different things every single Friday. So if you want to keep up to date with all those different things, name, email below. I'll send that email every single Friday. But side note, you will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most important person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third really neat thing that's happening in Northwest Arkansas is based on Oz, the overall branding of Northwest Arkansas, Oz Brands, is actually made a brand new brand under Oz called Oz Gravel. So we are fully aware that Bentonville, Northwest Arkansas is known for being the mountain biking capital of the world. It's also known for just biking in general. It's known for just easy transportation for alternative source of transportation, one wheels, scooters, e-bikes, the whole thing. Now they've built a whole different brand called Oz Gravel. We have one of the biggest and most well-known gravel races here in Northwest Arkansas, plus plenty of others. And the one that everyone knows is called Big Sugar. And it's a massive event every single year in Northwest Arkansas, in Bentonville specifically. But one of the things that they're really starting to leverage more is the gravel roads around the whole area. And so it's really cool to see a brand, Oz Brands of course, actually dive more into gravel. And so it's really cool because not only you have mountain biking, you have rock climbing, you have obviously kayaking and fishing, the whole thing, but now we're leaning heavy into like gravel racing and just gravel bikes, because not everyone wants to necessarily go up and down everywhere, but we have a lot of gravel roads, especially when you go out to the country. And it's gonna be a long time, if ever, that those roads are gonna be, put to something else. And that's one of the perks of living in an area like this, is that we have a lot of areas to explore, a lot of land to, again, explore, and just get out into the wilderness a lot. And so leveraging the Oz brand, they're making something called Oz Gravel. And so it's a whole, race team, branding, the whole thing. So if you start coming around Northwest Arkansas more and more, you'll see not only Oz trails, you'll see Oz like mountain biking, so to speak, but now you're gonna see Oz Gravel. So I'm pretty excited about that. And number 4, a really cool thing that's happening in Northwest Arkansas, like kind of a big event, is Outerbike 2023. So again, we're leaning a little bit more into the biking scene for a moment, but we will move on to something else here shortly for number 5. But this one, Outerbike 2023, is happening in Northwest Arkansas. They are actually, if you don't know what Outerbike is, essentially it's like the biggest event when it comes to trying out anything bicycle whatsoever. So they do only a couple events a year around America, like Colorado, Utah, like a lot of other bigger places when it comes to mountain biking. But Outerbike is coming and making it stop every single year here in Bentonville, because it is the mountain biking capital of the world. And they said on the website, like we need to be there. So they are putting their own event here every single year. So if you do come to town in that time frame around Outerbike season, it's going to be later in the fall time. But the fun thing is that if you want to try out any sort of bike ever, just like get on it and try it around the whole area, you need to come to Outerbike. And so if you've dabbled in maybe like, maybe I want to get a bike, maybe I don't want to get a bike, and you want to just maybe try a plethora of bikes, because we obviously have a lot of bikes here, Specialized and YT bikes are coming here. We have Fox. We have all sorts of different bike HQs, and also like, Allied is here as well. So there's a lot of bikes here, but if you want to try just a plethora of bikes, come to Outerbike. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And the 5th and really cool thing that's happening in Northwest Arkansas, this is more for music taste, but Steinway is actually having its own like retail shop here. And you're thinking like, first of all, what is Steinway? And secondly, why does it make a difference? So Steinway is a piano manufacturer. They're probably considered the best, one of the most expensive piano manufacturers in the world, honestly. It was funny because I went to obviously a large concert at Walton Arts Center, and they had 6 dueling pianos all going, like obviously a traveling team came through and brought their pianos, and they're all Steinways. And I was leaning over talking to somebody. I was like, oh, it's crazy. I knew that they were expensive, but I was like, oh, it's crazy to think that there's like, $30,000. So it's, 6 times 30,000 is $180,000 per piano is sitting right there in front of us. And like, oh no, each piano is $125,000. I'm like, oh, so there's like almost like $800,000 to $900,000 worth of pianos just sitting right there. And it turns out that the University of Arkansas owns them all. I'm like, what is going on here? So Steinway, having a retail shop here in Northwest Arkansas, actually Fayetteville specifically, and they are selling very expensive pianos, but it just goes to show, again, the industry that's moving here. Not only is it biking, but it's art, it's culture, it's manufacturing, it's retail, it's a lot of different things are moving here because they see the opportunity. And again, it just goes to show that Steinway, they could have moved anywhere they wanted to, but they chose in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So very excited for that. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itineraries link below. Maybe you're a adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. There's a 3-day itinerary link down below for you. So go ahead and download it and use it when you get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, you can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar would go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, let's see you in the next one.